And parents may be sending their children to these types of classes. Could be they plan to send them abroad for a Western education. Joining me now to provide some insight is Asieh. He's the CEO and co-founder of CollegeNode. It's a platform that helps Chinese students prepare for university life in the United States. Dan, so we're not going to talk about the kids going to etiquette classes. We're going to talk about older kids whose parents are sending them to the United States to get an education. How do these Chinese students actually prepare for Western education?
Well, traditionally, Chinese students are very good at exam preparation. You have all these SAT boot camps in which the kids go in and come out 200, 300 points higher. But recently, more and more parents are beginning to look at skills other than exam scores. You have parents sending their students, their kids to US for summer camps to improve their oral English ability. You have parents doing enrichment courses for coding, robotics. So parents are definitely willing to spend a lot of money to prepare their kids in this competitive world.
Are you getting the sense, is this something that the parents want, or is this something the kids are asking for?
It's mostly the parent. In China, everybody only has one child. So where your child ends up going to college is something that is of significant value to parents. This is a boosting factor and make the whole family looks good. And in most instances, kids do want to go to top, naming schools. But from my experience, it's mostly the parents that are pushing.
And China has some very well-known universities. So do these families think if their children gets a Western education, they in fact have an edge in a very competitive world?
It definitely, that seemed to be the case. So for Chinese education, it's mostly exam-based. Your junior high school boils down to the high school entrance exam. Your high school boils down to the college entrance exam. So a lot of the parents are trying to escape this exam culture, whereas in the United States, the universities are independent. Therefore, there's a lot of diversity in terms of the type of education one can receive.
What about cost, Dan? I mean, obviously not everyone in China has the resources to send their child to get a Western education. So is there a class difference on who's doing that?
Definitely is the middle class to upper middle class that's doing the bulk of studying abroad. Chinese parents are definitely very education focused. So I have seen parents willing to mortgage their condo, willing to borrow money just to get their kids into one of the top schools. So this is definitely very high on the priority list for Chinese families.
And based on what you've seen in the past, once these kids come to United States or wherever in the Western world, get an education, go back to China, is there a proven track record that they can find better, more lucrative jobs?
Yes, the answer is definitely yes. They speak English well, so the language ability itself is a very marketable skill. They understand American culture, and so you see a lot of them going to multinationals, some of them going to government sector. So especially if you graduate from let's say a top 50 school, you're pretty much in demand.
All right, we'll leave it there. Asieh, thank you so much.
Thank you.